Happy Devils Friday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast post game. Streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. I am your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty at Sirius XM, Liquid Metal. I don't have that grunt voice right now because
you're salty Sam right now. You're salty Sam. A little salty today.
You know what? I'll admit it. The Devils suck. We as a podcast, content-wise, we got at least two good games out of it this year.
We had a streak. A streak. 2 games. That's 2 wins in a row. That's a streak. Hey, come on, we got it.
Yeah. So, but we're going to talk about everything that went wrong tonight. Some of the things that went right tonight. But Scotty, let's go over the unhappy Devils recap.
Okay. Well, not a whole lot to talk about here. The old goose egg, and not the Nikita goose egg. You know, getting us a goal or something like that. Nobody getting on the score sheet. Shut out by Samsonov. Ovechkin had 2 goals, his 16th and 17th. Backstrom chipping in his 13th as well. Tom Wilson picking up 2 assists. Oshie's picking up 14 points. Yeah, I mean, not 14 points. He's picking up an assist for his 14th. Yeah, actually, no, you don't even give him an Incredible Hulk. Don't even get him Incredible. You know what they deserve? They deserve, like, the end of the Looney Tunes thing. Like, as soon as this game was over, that's all, folks.
All right, I'll find something.
So that's what they deserve tonight. You know, this was a bad game. You know, at Kanji, you know, I was listening to the TV call. What I've been doing is actually I've been switching it up, like lining up the radio broadcast with the NHL app, and I can listen to like Chico sometimes, and then I could go back and listen to Dan. I can flip back and forth like in between in the periods how I want to go. Sometimes I listen to both of them at the same time, Chico and Matt and Kanji and Dano. But Kanji had mentioned, you know, something about Ovechkin, you know, at the beginning of the season, you didn't think he was going to get to 30 goals. Now that was his 17th, you know, probably got a good shot at reaching 30. And like, you know, frustrated Scotty immediately started thinking, geez, I wonder if anyone on the Devils will even reach 20, you know? And then I was thinking like, I don't know if anyone on our team is going to reach 20 goals this year, you know? That doesn't make me feel too good, but, you know, we've talked about all the craziness this year, trying to remain positive, but at least 20 goals. Come on. Give us something. And I can't really blame Wedgwood tonight. You know, I think a lot of these goals were tough ones. I like Washington's unis. I got to say, I like those. Are those the retro ones that they had on tonight?
It
or are those just their third jerseys? So. Is that their third jersey or their retro?
I think it would be their reverse retro. I'm assuming.
Okay.
You know,
I like those. They look good.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Shots on goal here. Devils 8-11-5 for a total of 24. Caps 9-5-17 for a total of 31. Devils got the face-off percentage right here, 53-46. Not, you know, nothing crazy. 0 for 3 on the power play, but the Caps, the Dangerous Caps power play was 0 for 2. Hits 10-14, so it really didn't get knocked around too much today. Giveaways 11-10 with a bad one by our boy Jackie Hughes in the first period, which saw Coach Ruff sitting him down there for a little bit, and I don't mind that. I think that's good. You know, he's still 19. He's still learning. Come back out there, maybe a little bit more grit, a little more determination. I'm fine with that, but just overall, you know, the Caps just dominated us. You know, not having the rest in between. The Devils came out there looking really winded, not fully ready, you know.
Well, but prior to yesterday's game, the Caps had a nice layoff to rest. I think the Devils put it all on the line yesterday, only to fall short by a goal. And I thought the second period, there were I thought they worked pretty hard, but they were gassed by the third period. Now the penalty kill, 0 for 2, the Capitals on the power play. They could have easily scored on the on the power play. I think it's almost like they elected not to. I felt like the mercy rule was in towards the end there. But in all seriousness, it could have been a lot worse tonight. I thought Wedgwood did his job. Yeah.
Wedgwood played well. I still can't fault him in any of these games, even in his losses. I think he played well. Yeah. So I mean, 2 goals by Ovechkin, the one by Backstrom. I mean, phew, it's tough. I mean, the one Kulikov was like right there in the crease, basically like preventing him from going, to the other side of the net. Who is it? Was it Backstrom that like roofed that one from the weird angle? I mean, I can't really fault Wedgwood on these. He made some good saves tonight, and he kept the team, like you said, he kept the team in the game, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, he at least I don't mind. If Wedgwood wasn't on his game, I would have turned off the TV around the first period and just read off the score sheet and then ended the podcast. At least they were somewhat relevant by the third period. But again, these are the growing pains that we talked about. Sometimes you take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. I thought Maltsev had a bad game. We were harping a little bit on.
They all had a bad. The only line that I really felt like that was pushing forward was again the Sharangovich, Zajac, and Kuokkanen line. I was trying to come up with names for them. What is this now? What do I have over there? Oh yeah, like ZKS. They could be the Zax line. KSZ sounds like a radio station. SZK, I don't know. We gotta come up with something though for that line. Do we have a name for it?
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs. Okay, yeah, all right. Well,
Jägermeister.
Okay. All right. We gotta come up with something for that. That was the only line that kind of played well tonight. They got some chances early in the first as well. Right off the bat, Zajac. Got a rebound. There was a turnover in the cap zone. They weren't able to convert on it. Obviously they didn't convert on anything tonight. But I felt like that line still got some chances. So I feel good there. But the rest of the team was just. What did they say? Janssen hasn't. What's he got? An 18-game goalless drought.
He's still on the team.
So I don't know. So and for some reason, Nick Merkley disappeared from the lineup today. I don't know if I missed something with that, but he disappeared. And Jesper Boquist, I'm not sure which one it is because I hear people saying it different ways. He came back in. I don't know. I wasn't. I guess it's a bad game. I was just shocked. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the Nick Merkley fanboy over here, I guess, or something like that. But I don't know. I just like what he brings to the table. I think that feistiness is what we're missing on this team.
Feistiness, size, being physical.
He's not even that big. Merkley's not even that big, but he's just in your face, and like he's one of those agitating players like that the Devils just don't have. I feel like sometimes we get pushed around out there. I wish Miles would sometimes do a little bit more, but. He's playing his game, which is a little bit different now than just physical.
I mean, back in the day, I know the game is played a lot differently now, Scotty, but back in the day, we would have an unlimited, endless grit, determination, guys that could fight, guys that could get in your face. Block shots. It seemed like every player could do that back in the day. Right now, I mean, it's basically Bastian, Miles Wood.
Bastion's out,
Yeah. And Palmieri when he gets pissed off, So it's kind of, and again, the team needs to have an identity. And so far, I mean, they have quite a bit of skill, but I think right now is you got to teach that grit. Getting into the faces of the Washington Capitals. I mean, these guys are big boys. I mean, it was just there's only so much you could do because they're just so big, and they'll just put the body on you.
Yeah.
McLeod got laid
But you
out.
got
I almost thought he
McLeod
got killed.
you got laid out in the first period there.
Yeah.
I don't know who crushed him, but someone did. And that's, Washington, man, they are so stacked. Even you look at that defense with Carlson and Dylan. Then you got Orlov. Then you got Chara just sitting down there on the third pairing. Like, man, they are just unbelievably stacked. But no, you're right. I remember that McLeod. I think I even wrote that down here on my notes about him getting leveled. Yeah, McLeod gets rocked at center ice. I have it written down right here. Like, I don't know who that was, but because they didn't really show a replay.
I honestly didn't think he would get up. So I got to credit McLeod from getting up after that vicious hit. Because, and I think at the last second he protected his head as he was falling to the ice because I was like literally worried because I thought maybe his head smacked the ice, but it seemed like he was able to, but the way the camera was, it was moving all over the place, so.
Bryce is going to town in his breakdowns right now. He is not happy with this game. And yes, I know we got some shouts on Facebook. Erica, she's wearing red and they lost. That's usually the good luck charm there. Craig Best, yeah. We know it's the red leather. It's the red leather. She's got to go like Motorhead style with the red leather. Maybe got some Ace of Spades playing in the background. No, I'm sorry. How about Running with the Devil? Or Nativity in Black. How about that? We get that played in the background. Ray Leo says this team needs some days off. I agree. This back-to-back without a day off was not good for them right now. Ramona, the only one who played good tonight was Wedgwood. Agreed. Barry, was this Friedson? Barry Friedson, too many giveaways. Janssen, Adam Morgan. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know. He's struggled. He's really, really struggled to find his game at all.
YouTube live whistlers had two comments. Looked to me like they were skating through wet cement most of the game. Difference in the game: one team can finish and one team can't. Oh yeah, I think Zajac, that 4-on-2. It's like you got to bury that. You can't miss the net. And don't look for the perfect shot. Just get it on net. Get it on net. It doesn't have to be fast. Just get it on net quickly. You got three other guys that get the rebound. But there's no excuse to miss the net when you're. I don't know. I think sometimes they just try too hard for the perfect shot, the perfect pass. And
they're on edge, man. They're on edge playing against the Caps. The Caps are too good. They got their number. We've seen it, We've seen it. Just whenever they seem to play Washington, they just, I don't know. It's just a team they can't handle yet. We got Boston. We've played well against Boston, so hopefully they'll get a rest in tonight. Continue on the road. We know our guys have been road warriors so far, and hopefully that maybe even if they don't get the W. Maybe they can come out and just at least play hard again, like they did on Thursday night, like they did yesterday against Washington. They played hard, obviously they gave up those leads real quick, but at least they were in that game. They were playing, they were hustling. Tonight was just, I was just like, oh boy, I could see where this is going right from the get-go. It's like, this is not going to be good by the end. So kudos to Scott Wedgwood.
Yeah, and there's nothing more to say that we haven't said already.
Sell.
Well, that's what I was just about to talk about.
Cha-ching!
A lot of rumors going about Kyle Palmieri.
Oh, you don't say. Oh, Mary?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mary.
But I think
Playoffs.
I think his trade value went down by 10 cents today. So hey, you know what? A victory to me right now is Kyle Palmieri played the game unscathed. Anytime you get these trades, you never know.
Yeah.
And anytime he's making a dangerous play, it's like, oh, just live another day. But
Yeah.
But a lot of rumors.
There's a lot of rumors. We've talked about it plenty. The big rumors out there that Boston is a team that we know Palms has ties up there. We know that Boston can use that secondary scoring. We know he would be perfect to fit in on that third line over there and would just take Boston to that other level. It'll take the pressure off him. We've also said, now I'm gonna read this just so we know, because I sent this in our little text message here. Kyle Palmieri right now is at $4.65 million. He's going to be looking for a raise. Are you going to be willing to give him a raise on his performance this year? Probably not. Hence why it probably makes good sense for Kyle Palmieri to go to the Bruins and try to get hot and go on a run. We've talked about that. No, you don't believe me? You don't say that? No?
No. I was just merely testing his stock value right now.
Oh, his stock. Well, that's the thing is we do have these veteran defensemen here on these single-year contracts, much like Kulikov, much like Sammy Vatanen, much like Ryan Murray. We have a Will Butcher who's just seems to have fallen out of favor, with the coaching staff for whatever reasons. PK we know would take a lot more maneuvering. I have this idea that one of those Canadian teams is going to go crazy and just in that Canadian division and just like make a deal for PK or something like that. But Sammy, there's a lot of rumors. I know Ray Leo's talking about it. Other people are talking about it. With Sammy and Palmieri, or maybe Palmieri and Kulikov going up to Boston and really solidifying that team for a run. I could see the same sort of thing happening to the Islanders, only Travis Zajac, and either or who doesn't go, Sammy Vatanen or Kulikov or something like that, going to the Islanders, because the Islanders now need some help down the middle, and they can always use more defensemen as well, especially in the season with the COVID protocols. And who knows what's going to happen? Injuries happen all the time. So if you're Lou and you can pick up a Zajac and a Kulikov, that might be pretty interesting to you, especially because you definitely know what you're getting with Travis, and putting Kulikov maybe in a situation where he's not paired. Now I think PK's been playing well, but of course PK, is playing with PK. You got to be on your toes defensively there. So maybe if Kulikov is playing in a reduced role, he even shines a little bit more. I don't know. I'm not a GM. I've said I would try it out if anyone wants to give me the opportunity. I doubt that's ever going to happen, but those things sort of kind of make sense right there. Will they happen? I don't know. Maybe some other teams will come in there. Like I said, there's got to be every team has got to be calling Tom Fitzgerald right now about our lineup.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I think once some of these players are traded, it's time to bring in the young blood.
Oh yeah, of course,
into the lineup and inject infusion, because this team is playing every other night, back to back. It's a lot, and right now we're aiming for a high draft pick, and this is a great time to start getting some of the future, some kind of semblance of NHL experience. This is probably the year to do it right now. The playoffs is out of the question. It's not happening. I mean, I would love to make the playoffs on the last day of the season.
Oh,
just
really?
For Benji. Just for Benji.
Weren't you smiling like the Joker the other night when we said, "Well, maybe they could sneak up into that fourth place"? Wasn't that you and Shorts Guy talking? Oh yeah, I think so. Uh-huh.
It was just for clickbait. It was just for clickbait.
It was just for clickbait.
It's all about the ratings. You know, you try to change it up. Because if we did this podcast all negative, they're not going to make the playoffs for another 4 years. I'm going to mail it in.
I said 3 years.
Listen to us.
Well, I said 3 years. They'll be a perennial team. I think next year, we'll see. I think next year, it depends now with Nico being out. I wasn't expecting Nico to be out for this, you know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If not next year, then the following year, 100%. 100% I expect them to be in the playoffs, you know. I mean, I'm saying that now, knock on wood, that we don't get like ravaged with like the injury bug or something 2 years from now, but you know, that's what I would expect. I expect next year like I said, I expect them to be like hopefully around 500 by the end of the year. Next year, I think they should be pushing for that final spot. The year after that, they should definitely be like 6-7 range, you know, like and continually like, okay, this team is moving up. That's
mm-hmm.
But I'm just a nerd, so you know.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm out of things to say. It keeps on repeating.
Sam Wu is frustrated today, everybody. He is frustrated.
You know what?
He got on. He's like,
if Maltsev has another turnover game like that again, send him to Bingham.
Send him back.
Yeah.
Bring Merkley back. Bring Nolan Foote up.
Yeah,
you know, like these guys are gonna come. You know, let Jesper Boquist, I guess, play some games. You know, I'm surprised that they pulled Merkley so quickly. I thought they would give him a little run here, especially while Bastian is hurt. But we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens here. Maybe there's something. Maybe I missed an injury report or something else. I don't know. But we'll find out. But I think sooner or later, probably sooner. What's today's date? What is this? The 25th? 26th? What the hell is today?
26. It's 26.
It's the 26th, and the trade deadline is April the 12th. So we're 17? That's 17 days away?
Something like that, yep.
17 days away, and you know if you're going to a Canadian team, you need a week to quarantine?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say there's gonna be some movement.
As of now,
like the next week.
It's 7 days. As of now, it's 7 days.
As of now, it's 7 days. Yes, conveniently changed during the NHL trade deadline acquisition period from 2 weeks to 1 week. Oh, it's okay. We only need to do 1 week for right now. After
PK
April,
Subban,
well, yeah, at April 13th, we might have to go back. We'll see.
PK Subban gets traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, suddenly it's 3 days.
Yeah, right.
right before Toronto plays Montreal, you know.
Yeah. But I think we're going to see a lot more moves because, you know, also like trade deadline day is a pretty big deal in the NHL. You know, hopping on the interwebs and going to whatever favorite site you have and just watching that, you know, deadline tracker just keep updating with all the moves that are going on. It's a lot of fun. You know, the day is hectic. It's crazy. There's always some moves. There's always some big action happening. I don't know if we're going to get that as much this year because, like we're saying, I think these moves are going to happen a little bit sooner rather than later because of the quarantine, you know. And, well, how many games will be left then? Only like 15? 20? 15?
Something
20?
like that. Yeah.
There's not very many. It's less than a month, I think. Or is it? I think it's officially a month. That's what it is. I think our last game is on May the 12th. Probably against the Capitals. I think we play the rest of the season.
It's gonna be a busy sports month next month. I mean, you've got the NBA and NHL going on. Major League Baseball starts up. NFL draft. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, and I think it's also going to be probably crazy because of that 7-day quarantine rule with Canadian teams. I would say between April Fool's Day and April 5th, we should possibly start seeing some big transactions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, absolutely. It's gonna happen sooner. It has to, because they're gonna want the players up there to gel with the team over that last month. If it's gonna be, I mean, even anywhere, right? Even if you're going like cross country, you have to quarantine for a bit, right?
Yeah, something like that. I really don't know what the rules are. I was at a place today where they take your temperature, and I was hoping they wouldn't ask. So, and have you been out of state? They didn't ask that this time around. So, because they used to ask, that, were you out of state?
Because someone went across the river down there. Oh, in Pennsylvania land. My friend used to call Pennsylvania. My friend used to call Pennsylvania. He said we were going to annex it and just call it West New Jersey. Willie Wellman. I don't know if he's listening. He's sometimes he listens. Sometimes he's on the Facebook page. It's one of the funniest lines he ever said. Oh, we're just going to annex that and call it West New Jersey. Anyway, sorry, Samu. Inside jokes. People love those.
Yeah, they love them. Especially on a podcast.
They love them.
Nobody knows what the heck you're talking about.
Love inside jokes. But yeah, well, let's see. The trade deadline is going to be a lot of fun, I think, for Devils fans, though, because we got a lot of guys that can make some differences on a lot of different teams. So, Fitzy, so far, I gotta say, I like the majority of the moves that he has made. There's been more to praise than there's been to complain about. I feel like with Fitzy. So I'm excited to see what this deadline brings. I think the Devils are going to be very active. You see the reports; they're out there. They can say, "Oh, the contract negotiations aren't going well with Palmieri." Just saying they aren't going well that right there, those words "going well" can be taken so far out of context. You can immediately put a negative spin on that. Not going well. Oh, he hates it. Oh my God, they're big. It could be not that at all. But we do know his name has been rumored out there, and there are some good fits. So, how long does Boston wait to pull the trigger? If they are gonna make a move.
Yeah.
Are these next two games against Boston a good showcase for one Kyle Palmieri?
Yeah.
Does he play one game for the Devils, and then the next game he's on the Bruins? That would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be something, huh?
I don't think it'll happen that soon, but you never know.
Or it could be another Wilmer Flores situation where in the middle of the third period, Kyle Palmieri is having tears in his eyes, knowing that he has
tears in his eyes.
Yeah, and he may have to walk across the room and join his team. You never know. And then the deal falls through, and then he comes back and scores the game-winning goal against the Boston Bruins, and then suddenly the Mets.
You lost me. You lost me there.
I'm burnt out.
Sam was burnt out.
I'm having a Maltsev kind of game right now with my podcasting. I'm just turning it over. Just turning over the puck. But at least
it's okay. You're just like the Devils. You're doing a giveaway tonight. It's okay. It happens. Hopefully, Mackenzie Blackwood or Scott Wedgwood will bail you out.
Maybe. You bailed me out.
Maybe Shorts Guy will. Shorts Guy will bail you out. He's the goalie. See?
And Beer Baron's on the taxi squad.
No, I thought I was put on the taxi squad, right?
Oh,
I thought I got kicked. Remember. I got kicked off the podcast. Someone put me on the taxi squad. They removed me from the team.
Yeah. Also, just a little little note. Or maybe I should turn off the music. You on Wednesday, I spoke about one of our viewers, Nick, not doing too well. He lost somebody close to him, and his niece was in the hospital. I said that out loud. 4 years old. She actually woke up today and actually started eating. So all good news in the right direction. Nick wanted me to put that out there for anyone that was curious, how things are going. So
Very good.
on that note,
Very good.
that was a big win today. Big win.
That's a good. That's the win. Yeah, we can take. We'll definitely take that win right there. So good.
Yeah,
good. That's
her name's
good. We'd like
Heidi,
to hear that.
and 4 years old, and she's a fighter. And we salute you, Heidi. We hope you get better.
Horns up, Heidi. We're pulling for you. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Alrighty. So there'll be a Woo report tomorrow. I'll drop this podcast.
And we're back on Sunday, right?
Sunday. I think it may be a combined kind of. I think it's going to be. I think there's. I don't think preemption's the right term, but I think our regular.
We'll
Sunday
talk and figure it out. We'll talk and figure it out. Don't worry.
We'll
let
make it
everybody
up
know. Yeah. That's what the Woo Report does. It keeps you informed of everything going on here at the Primetime Radio Network.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about where Kyle Palmieri is gonna land.
Look at you. Look at his radio voice coming back. Hear that? Hear that radio voice in there?
Do you know why?
We're gonna talk about where Kyle Palmieri is going to land.
Could that be you? Find out at 11.
Could he be coming to your city? Find out tonight at 11 o'clock. All right, the music's going. Let's get out of here. Till tomorrow. Thank you, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Woo!
Till next time, let's go Devils.